What up? What up? Wheatfield. What up, y'all? Wheat, what it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. Spirit gave us a message that they came to control. It's a soulful day. So I don't know if this is a person energy in your life, is it's just entities in this 3D plane, like it's other shit in the on Gaia besides just what we can see and readily recognize. So we're getting something like that, like energies that try to control. So they could be attached to other people. They could just be out here floating around trying to catch them a vessel, trying to catch them a body or something like that. I'm hearing Iniko caught a body, right? Pinocchio. You pull my strings, Pinocchio. You held me up, but I will not hold. The world is in your hands. Now I know, now I understand. You're my scarecrow. That's my shit. I don't know if anybody likes it, Nico, but I love, love, love them. And their growth is just like amazing. From like being a TikTok, Instagram like star to like being on tour and albums and shit. So I think that's pretty freaking amazing. We gonna turn on some lo-fi jazz. Something to channel 2. What up, Wheat? Welcome to the Wheat Field. Welcome to you. If you new, hey, welcome to you too. This is your girl Live T here at Tears and We Twirl Show. You show enough never know what you're gonna get. We don't know what we get. We just don't know. We don't know what we're gonna get. We don't know what the spirit is gonna bring. We got that message like they came to control, so it could definitely be something, to make us think, right, about the energies that are around us. We also getting that it's a soulful day, right? It's a day to really connect and some people use it to get their adulting done started for the week. But today it's like it's giving me the energy of get outside and ground and connect and touch base with yourself. We got a whole bunch of new cards, y'all. Like we don't need any more. I can't tell you how many cards we got around here. It's a lot. But we just got more, and there's some more coming on the morrow. Hey, what's up, right? So we were thinking like doing a chop it up session, open up all the cards and like just let them speak. I don't know, but then Spirit gave us this message about controlling that could come out in the decks. I don't know. But I'm also got, getting this, the 15 invaluable laws of growth. So if you are a person that's really beautiful day, yes, golden day, live it like it's golden, Ashe, I love it, right? Spirit say, maybe we are like focusing on growth. We've been talking about planting seeds and growing your garden. Everything is like double because I feel like they saying stuff and then they say it again, like repeat it. So they might be trying to double down or something. Or they could be saying that growth is going to be like exponentiated, like yielding double than what you have before, like so that you can get more. Yeah, reaching your potential is what I'm getting. Right, so definitely picking that up. So this is another one off of our amazing bookstore, Amazon. So that you can go get it if you are interested, right? We always recommend reading because reading is fundamental. But if you do it by ebook, audiobook, whatever, you know what I mean. Yeah, love you unconditionally, desires your success, wants to keep you immature, makes you not question, and you don't get the help when you need it. Spirit just remix this whole little paragraph. So this is yeah. Love you unconditionally is giving me like we are loved, so that's it, and is not based on any conditions. Our light is on voluntary escape, but there is something that desires your success, and it wants to keep you immature, right? Because the goal is to get to maturity, but it's something that may want to dumb you down or keep you not coming into your fullness, like reaching your full potential is what I'm getting, right? And it may put you in the energy of not asking for help when you need it. Don't take this the wrong way. So if you are highly religious, this might not necessarily be your space unless you are open enough to question. Right? We study world theology to see, how cultures connect, but don't take this the wrong way. But if you are in a system of belief that tells you you cannot question, then that keeps you from getting help, beloved. Because closed mouths don't get fed. You can't eat if you can't open up your mouth and ask for what you need. So if they tell you, oh, you can't question and you can't get an understanding, you can't get clarification, you can't ask, then it's probably some manipulation, some malice, some fuckery in that. I'm just saying. The stronger your character is, the greater your growth for potential. It's giving me like the things that we go through is character building, right? You don't see what you are made of and how people react until they are under adverse conditions. Are they gonna lie, steal, cheat? Are they gonna grit it out, grind it out, grow and get it? With ethics and integrity. You will see a lot when people are underneath pressure, like what it really is. So this right here, I think, is a very interesting book. It's one that we've been working through as the spirit takes us, to chew on bits and pieces. So if you want to get it, again, Amazon, one of our favorite bookstores. They pulling us to the angel numbers, the spiritual meaning of numbers. We've had a lot of numbers come out this week, y'all. Like 222 has been heavy, 1313 has been heavy. I'm picking up on 4444. Multiples of 2. We were getting multiples of 3 for a minute, but now I'm feeling like multiples of 2, right? Like 2 through 8 basically. Even 10 because there's some endings coming. So let's see what they're gonna give us. Y'all ain't gonna y'all see it. Y'all, this shit is live. This shit is live, okay? And I can't make it up. I could never fake it. Right? 222. Did we not just say multiples of 2? Go to the most high God with your bad self. They be doing it. I'm telling y'all, it be like amazing to me. I live in this energy. So it be like I see miracles on a daily. Cause that just it sometimes things is just like it's too many things that come together in alignment for it to be synchronicity. Or like it is synchronicity. I'm getting for it to be coincidence, right? Use one thing, you can be like, oh, that's coincidence. 2 things, oh, that's interesting. 3, 4, on a consistently, you got to know that the Most High God is, yes, you know what I mean? You got to believe. Can you believe in magic? Do you believe in the magic of yourself, the magic that's built within? Like the Most High God is around and in everything. It could use whatever it want to. You is what it's giving me. Anywho, it says a major message for you. Make your dream of a harmonious, loving world a reality. To make your dream of a harmonious, loving world a reality. What out here don't want us to live in a harmonious, loving world? Like, what energies and entities want you to live in chaos and conflict, worry, fear, anxiety? How do they profit off of things like war and famine and creating lack in certain places while they hoard shit over here in the secret spaces? We think that that shit don't exist. Fuck yeah, it do, beloved. Everything in creation, yes, is given that opposite side. And how does it want to control you? How does it want to siphon and keep you from reaching your desires, especially if your desire is to live in harmony and peace? Because when we want harmony and peace for itself, right? Like to everything being balanced, everything feeling good, everything feeling cool, kosher, like you could just flow through it like you dancing with life, beloved. I'm getting like break dancing through this bitch. That's what he said. But it's like, if we do that on an individual basis, one person, each verse, one universe at a time, what does that do to shift the plane? What does that do to change the vibration of the frequency vibration of Gaia itself? See, people always talk about the 144, the 144. It's not 144,000 people that's simply chosen. Wouldn't that be some bullshit? That too sounds like some manipulation. That shit is so discouraging, it would make anybody on their spiritual journey quit. If you think that the Most High God only selected 144,000 people that's going to sin or that's just chosen, What is it's how many billions of us on this fuck planet? Come on now, 144,000. Don't that shit sound ridiculous? But think about this. If 144,000 people like really start to shift and change to divine consciousness, they elevate their frequency, right? And each one of those 144,000 people start to affect other people, spreading that vibrational frequency. The whole is given the scales will change. There's a shift that will happen, and it could affect all of us. It's like through osmosis. And I can tell you, I feel that already. How many people is out in the plane that's either talking about awakening, discovering your true potentiality, returning back to self, like using tactics to balance out your shadow energy and even integrate? Because a lot of people say, well, that's things that you just got to do away with, and that's not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because some of those things that's in your shadow is good for you. I mean, like, how do you use it? What is your intention based on your integrity, right? But it's not a bad thing for you to, understand how to strategize. Are you trying to cheat people or are you just trying to lift yourself up? I'm hearing Tupac, player plot strategize, bomb first. I'm just saying. What up, Miss Hillary? Thank you so much for tapping in on this soulful day. Spirit said, trust in yourself and the goodness of the universe. Trust in yourself and the goodness of the universe. Play a plot, strategize. Sometimes you gotta bomb first. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily a bad thing, especially when you in a spiritual war. Come on now. This thing. Spirit say when they gave us 333, they flipping over to that. 333. It says you are aligned with your angels. Coming into alignment, getting that protection. Hey, look, that 100%. You know what I'm talking about? Like, for real, for real. It's like trusting in yourself, trusting in the universe, being in alignment with your angels. 333 is 9. It brings us to releasing, like, hold on to yourself and hold on to your butt. I'm getting like, Sam Jackson from Jurassic Park when he was turned off everything and powered the whole system down so that they could reset energy, right? He was like, hold on to your butt because it had never been powered all the way down like that. They didn't know whether the system was actually going to come back up again. But yeah, resetting. Cause shit was definitely out of control. Them damn dinosaurs was running around about to eat up everything. You want something else in here, my bad. This. Yeah, 88 karma. 88. Open yourself up to your abundance, to your desires. And they're giving me this calculation over here. 88 is 16. 1 and 6 breaks down to 7. It also reminds us that spirituality is directly related to the physical world. So I can't tell anybody what to do. I can't. Like, you get to do what you want to do. You right? Whatever works for you. But at the end of the day, it's a reminder that the spirit world comes first. Everything comes from the spirit. And so what we see in the physical is directly related to the spiritual world. So the same way we have these energies that like to the warmongers and profit off of loss and hurt, there are energies that came before that physical manifestation, right? That desire the same thing. Do they want to control? Yes. Do they want you to reach your full potential? Absolutely not. Do they desire your success? Yes, because they will take your energy the same way people do in the physical and use it and take it onto themselves, right? So, for what purpose? I don't know. Maybe it's just to interrupt the balance, right? Maybe it is just to interrupt the balance, to tip the scale the other way. But the more of us that comes to the understanding of our divine consciousness, what's really built within, and activate, come into alignment, we can see, I'm getting, studying the laws, like the law of growth. It's giving me like, it's another book we got down here. It talks about like the 12 natural laws, like all of these other laws that we don't really get taught. Um, the law of mathematics and sacred geometry, nature's law, biological law, physical law, quantum physics, the laws that govern the unseen. It's so much out here that we just don't get taught, or it's scattered, right? There is no composite. It's definitely not held in one sacred text. Everything is all split up. So that's why they was telling us to remind, about reading, and however you can absorb your in. They say get it. However you get it. So if you get it through listening, if you get it through actually reading on a book, a physical, or on an ebook, there is something about ebooks though. Because if anything happened and they take away that medium, like the technology to actually access it, you still have physical text, which could. So, with all that being said, we got a whole bunch of new decks, y'all. Hopefully y'all resonated with, digging into your highest potential and understanding that there's a whole lot of resistance and they don't want you to get there. There's a lot of endings coming again. 2025 is the year of releasing. It's a lot of things that are going to be broken free. There's a lot of people coming into a deeper understanding or desiring to understand, right? Like the niggling, the itch is coming back. Like people starting to side eye shit. Like, wait a minute, what? Like that don't even fucking make sense. Like when you think about it, it don't make sense. Because it is a war on truth. And we know that. We've been saying that for a couple of years. It's been almost 10 now, I think, that we've been really considering that there's a war on truth. Like, people don't like to hear the truth. They don't like to hear the truth. They don't like to tell the truth. And people will get upset, like literally upset when you tell them the truth. It's like, how you would rather live in a world full of lies and deceit and manipulation. Because for some people, it could actually be comforting. Right? Sometimes the truth make us be responsible, right? We have to respond to situations. We have to take ownership. We have to face our shadow self and do some work, right? We can't sit in a position um, and shift blame to other outside sources. Now, there is always going to be the resistance, right? Because it's a balancing. It's like the good with the bad, the up with the down, the light and the dark, the east and the west, the north and the south. It's always going to be opposites. So the goal for most people, I think, should be coming balanced, right? Like, how do you move towards a balanced state where you can be pretty much unaffected by what is going on, continuing to grow and change your life individually for the better, for growth, for expansion, for your own prosperity, right? Making sure you're not hurting other people while you're doing it. But and hopefully it's good for other people too, right? Usually when you do good, it's good for other people too. It's not just for self, right? We grow for family, for children, not just for our own self fulfillment. It's something usually outside of self, extrinsic and an intrinsic motivator for doing pretty much anything. So if we can do that one person at a time, we damn sure are going to hit 144 if we haven't already. Which is what I think is accelerating like the spread of like the information and people coming to a different type of mindset. Walking away from things that would manipulate, control you, diminish you, tell you that you fucking can't question, which would keep you from getting help. So how do we help ourselves? Open up. Learn something new. Right? Expand your mind. Why would questioning anything be bad for you? Children do that shit. Children will run your ass ragged questioning. They go through a whole question phase. Why? 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 And what happens when parents or people get so frustrated or they just don't have an answer? Because I said so. Stop asking so many questions. That shit sound real familiar, don't it? Cause that's what they wrote, so that's gotta be true. Says who? Shit, you read some of them books, you be like, this shit don't make sense from one chapter to the next. Like it's not coherent. One person said this and one person said that. And the person that they talking about didn't write shit. They didn't write not nan word. All them red words and they didn't write none of them. I'm just saying. And something with that. Spirit say question. Don't be afraid to question. The Most High God says seek diligently. And you can't be diligent looking in the same spot. My key's not right here. I'm not going to just keep looking right here like it ain't there, and then can't ask why you won't let me look somewhere else. Why I gotta keep looking right here. That shit don't make sense. Just saying. We opened up all the decks. Thank the Most High God for all of these gifts. We give them back onto you as you are the creator of all of them. Please use them to bring your messages onto self first and foremost. Let it be edifying onto the spirit. Have us be strengthened to bear the yoke you have placed upon our shoulders. Have us to overflow. Have it reach out onto your wheat field. Have them receive it. To hear, to see, to believe, beloved, to be strengthened in their spirit. Let them be edified. Let them bear the yoke you have placed upon them. Have them overflow. Let us meet in the middle with unity and harmony for the sake of peace and clarity. I'm getting prosperity, your individual success, raising and changing the frequency of Gaia so that we all can be raised up. That's what I'm getting, ascension. Lift it up, lift it up. Which one would you like to start with? This one. Let's just check them out and see what they got going on. Yes. I'm so excited. Today is a good day. My energy has returned. We had a heck of a reading yesterday night on the thank you. They turned it around because we couldn't get it open the other way. You was looking at this fine. We had a heck of a members only, and it is a part two coming to that. They working through it. They had us re-watch it so that we could bring the message, right? And it was like, oh, okay. So we did change the thumbnail because it's giving whole stalker vibes, y'all. It really is. So somebody is definitely being stalked. It could be by somebody that you were in relationship with, right? So, and it's got something to do with other people, like a group of folks or whatever. It's definitely different. I felt the energy when it came in the room, like it was just like, oh, I appreciate you. Whenever you get there, it just depends. Like sometimes the spirit will have us take them and make them public for a minute. So always check back and see, right? Because if it's something that they say we need to make public so that people can access it for a minute, then we definitely will. Coming out on the Four of Swords. Rest, solitude, rejuvenation, introspection, looking within, and meditation. Definitely love that, right? We've been talking about that. We just split on the magician and the wine, right? Ace of Wands. So you may be mastering something, right? Your spirit team may be coming through to help you master something. Like really listen, pay attention. We were talking about signs and synchronicities and how sometimes you see it so many times you be like, this can't be coincidence. This is not coincidence. This is something coming through trying to give me a message. We've been seeing red cardinals. When I say red cardinals like crazy, we went outside yesterday evening and it was that red cardinal was back. We just saw two birds in the yard today. They were black, but they have like a turquoise, aquamarine, shiny kind of head. I've never seen that one before. So birds can be significant for somebody. Pay attention to that. And of course, pay attention to your angel numbers because Spirit pulled out the number. We said 8, right? And 2, multiples of 2. They pulled out the number 8, 88, and we read how 8 plus 8 is 16, which breaks down to 7. And actually, 8 times 2 is 16, right? Which breaks down to 7. And we just read the card that says introspection and reflection with the Four of Swords, I think it was. So definitely a time to look in. Look at your partnerships. Look at people you connect to. Look at your relationship with self, right? And see, how has things evolved or what's going on in those things? Are there any patterns that you need to be aware of? Are there any it's giving me, I'm seeing the word characteristics, but it's like an imbalance or like a disconnection or interference in a connection based on characteristics. So say if you are a person that is growth orientated, growth mindset, trying to get it, hustle spirit, I'm bringing it up out of me, you know what I mean? I'm the creator, I'm the engineer of this thing. And somebody else might be a hoarder. They might be trying to control. They might be trying to steal and rob, you know what I mean? Or just take the short way, right? It's like shortcut money, fast money never lasts. And when you build it on your own, like you grind it out, you get it out, you get it out of you, you know that money is gonna last because you know what it took to get it, right? Like it's persevering the same way that you persevere, the same way that you persist. And sometimes we can be connected to people that don't share those characteristics. It's like, where is the bond between you, right? Like fire and water. Yeah, like it's something that, it just is giving, you say fire and water, but I was getting like oil and water. Like they don't mix, right? No matter how many times you can put this shit on a centrifuge and spin it, and it will not mix. It doesn't blend, right? It's giving that, like, because oil is not soluble in water, right? Is that? But I've seen fire burn on top of water. Now that shit is a phenomenon. Fire and water make steam. That shit can be hot and it can propel yourself. Look, Paige. Still wine energy. How can you tap into your creativity and explore uncharted territories? And that's awesome because, look, King of Swords, increasing intelligence, right? And backed up was the Queen of Wands. It's like, where can you discover newness? Exploring uncharted territories. It could be in your mind. You could be going somewhere new. Just a new restaurant. You could go to the same restaurant and just try something new. It's people that just only eat the same thing, their favorite thing from the restaurant menu, and that's it. Even if you buy it and you don't fucking like it, I'll take a bite and be like, I don't like this, and I'll send it. I don't like that. I've done it, you know what I mean? So I'm not wasting no coin, but I tried it and I don't like it, so now I know. But look, that page is fire energy, and you or somebody says just put in there fire and water. So embrace your adventures. Right, embrace your adventurous spirit and explore new possibilities. And that goes back to reading. Like you could read, like, and just open your mind up to so many different things. We could learn to appreciate each other and the variety and spice of life, but just by learning about different cultures and different ways of life, how people live, how people connect. Anything else in here? Spirit said no. High Priestess. It's so many things that are held secret that need to come to light, and I'm getting that this is the time for it to happen. And somebody, I'm getting you tap in. Your ascension is going to be quick. Like the learning and the understanding that you get is going to be like this, right? And you could end up feeling like in the Four Cups, right? Like not wanting to take anything that's being offered really to you because depending on where you're at, it can just be coming from people who you don't connect to. Like, I'm not sipping that cup. Or you realize that, what you've been drinking from just really wasn't good for you. You may not see that this opportunity to learn something new may be the sip that you need that will actually start to refill you, is what I'm getting. Yeah, pour back into your spirit. Is it time to consider new possibilities? Happiness is not something ready made. It comes from your own actions, from what you are doing, right? Again, exploration, creativity, right? Embrace adventures, right? It's like, again, is it time for you to consider new possibilities? How can I approach the challenge with courage and determination? Are you courageous enough? Are you bold enough? Are you ready to learn something different? Are you ready to learn the secret things, beloved? If they take you there, I'm hearing Usher. If I go there, baby, with you, can you handle it? Right? You have to be in a mindset to be ready to handle that type of information. Because it could be world shattering for those to realize that some of the shit that you hold dear is either a fallacy, an allegory, or just a downright manipulation. A lot of people don't know how to handle it. But your destiny is to be in this Empress energy. That's your destiny. To come to happiness. Right? Ten of Cups. Ultimate fulfillment. Like, what is your bliss? Right? You are destined and able to create it. That's what the Spirit said, to trust the universe. And know that, you have the potential within to create your own bliss, your own happiness. They said happiness is not a what? Happiness is not something ready made. It comes from your own actions. So if you create it, then you will have it. If you build it, they will come. We continue to put the seats out, knowing that eventually the seats will be filled. We believe. You continue to put the seats out, knowing that eventually they will be filled. You might get a little tired. You might be wondering, but in this energy, you could either be sitting there like, I'm putting in all this work with no visual or no tangible results. But it's the patience. And what are you thinking? Are you doubting at this point? Like, I'm working and I don't see the fruit of it, so I'm just thinking about giving up. I'm thinking about quitting. Go off to somewhere else and start putting my energy in a different lot. And then you start getting spread because you're working on this garden, or you abandoned that garden and you abandoned this one and you abandoned this one. Right? And so you don't put in the dedication and commitment, which is the Eight of Pentacles, to get to the Nine of Pentacles, the self-sufficiency, right? Keep working it and being yourself, right? Keep churning, keep going. You must balance out your work life, right? Stay balanced. Don't forget that you need rest. You need rejuvenation. You need to stay grounded. You need to stay connected. You will get so much more by balancing out your life. You don't have to work yourself like 24 hours a day where people barely get any sleep. They don't have partnerships. They don't have fun. Don't give them space to learn something new, to reset, pour into their spirit. Look, and then there's others that make it hard through the bullshit, lying and stealing and cheating, right? And you can read these two cards either way. Either you're strong enough to push all this shit and you're doing it, you're happy to push this weight because you're strong enough to do it, right? But a lot of times what we think make it hard for us. If you think it's going to be hard, then it's going to be hard. Yeah, thoughts manifest. They do. So this is planning, but a lot of people use it as like stealing, right? But is it strategy? Play your plot, strategize so that you can buy them first? Or did somebody else just run off with all your shit? Sometimes it's about how you think about it. Anything else? Nope, you said no. Plan, play a plot, strategize. I'm just saying. That's what they gave us. I connect with heaven. That's the next. Life messages deck. I saw this and I was like, ooh, that's pretty. Spirit said yes. So we're getting it. Look, hope. Stay hopeful. Keep hope alive. Look at that. It's giving Mithra. Who's into like Godzilla? Like all these titans that live in the earth, like type of energy, right? Because you never know. I mean, dinosaurs is for real, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that don't believe in dinosaurs. Again, they don't. They think The shit don't exist. Like it's a big ass joke for people to run around the planet and plant these big ass bones everywhere and put them together in museums. Like they think that shit is not real. Just saying. I'm not saying that Mithra is real. I don't know. It could be. It's a possibility. But I'm just saying dinosaurs are definitely real. They lived. I'm just saying. Can I take a sip? Thank you to the Most High. The cup today is be still and know. Be still and know. Psalms 46:10. See, be still and know. What do you know? Letting go and overcoming is here. Letting go, overcoming, and then I am free. Damn, they free, but they got a whole fucking castle on their back. Look at that. They got a whole castle on their back. Wow. It's kind of giving me like intuitively, like, yo, everything, yo, your kingdom, I am my kingdom. Right? Just giving me a Nico again. Take me home. The veil of ego lifts, revealing a new vision of my life. Focus on my inner growth. I listen to the voice of my heart and remain grounded in love. I am free from fear. I am free from fear. Free from judgment. Free from duality. Somebody struggles with fear. That's why it was like a hesitation, something sensitive with that. Free from duality. You are whole, you are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. We think about ourselves like a spiritual being in a physical vessel, but all of this, everything in creation still remains in the spirit. Just because you are in a space of visible light where you can see self, it's like I know I can see me, the world mirrors me, I can quantify me, even though I am created to all things. Like it's all happening. But the first and foremost is that you are whole. There is not just spirit and physical. Like your physical comes out of the spirit, it's a product thereof. It is still a part of it. I step confidently towards inner peace. Inner peace. And we're getting the path of light. Taking that journey, the pathway towards light, towards enlightenment. And y'all can see it's giving that 4 cups like five of coin energy. Ooh. You're saying pie. It's giving me I'm seeing like it's not the golden rule, but it's almost like the golden ratio is what I'm picking up. Yeah, the path of light. Life places the perfect people and situations on my path to support my journey of inner growth. I possess the courage, and we talked about taking the courage to go further, to expand, to just explore new stuff, explore possibilities. I possess the courage to progress despite any obstacles. I study my experiences, that's that reflection, looking back, seeking the wisdom that they may offer. In this way, I improve each day, growing and expanding on a daily. I choose to grow in faith, confidence that at the end of the road, I will join the light. You are already here. Light on voluntary escape, beloved, is more than one spectrum of light. Well, it's more than one resonance frequency of light on the spectrum of light. When you look at the full spectrum of light, you have dark light and visible light, like where you can see, right? And it looks like the colors, right? The chakra colors specifically. And it goes from black into the colors of the chakras, and then they return back into the dark light. So you could look at that as saying that light comes out of the dark, it comes out of the spirit, and therefore it will return to the dark. It will return to the spirit. Just look at this spectrum. Look, I am free. And they brought this back out, and I was feeling it being turned around in the reverse. It's something that needs to be lifted, right? It's giving me the veil. It's giving me the manipulation, the programming of what we call the matrix, right? Like this system of control, this system that wants to control you, control your thinking, and tell you what you can and cannot do. Which one? This one? You want this? These? This? This one? Growing. See? Want to tell you what you can and cannot do. I mean, there's a reason why they pulled out this book, right? Growth. Yeah, perspectives. What up, Queen Soul? Members in the house. Preachers, appreciate you so much. Was getting ready to say preacher. I don't know what that was about, right? But it's definitely given, you know, well, maybe it could be. You know what I mean? Maybe it's because, so many people are under that type of tutelage and they tell them that they can't question. You know what I mean? That this is it. This is the end all be all and there's nothing else outside of that and that's just a fallacy. Because a lot of the things in that book or in those teachings are allegories. They are metaphors. They are analogies to talk about grander things and other mysteries. And parts of the books are missing. Like they pick and chose what they put in it, and you have to think about that part too, beloved. And you could tell when you really study it. Right, you could tell when they talk about the Book of Wars, but the Book of Wars is not in there. Like they talk about the Lords of Jubilee, but that's not in there. It's not in there. We talk about Enoch all the time and how Enoch did not taste death, but he was ascended. He was pulled up by the Most High because their relationship was so intimate. It says that Enoch walked with the Most High God and they had a very intimate relationship, and Enoch pleased the Most High so well that they just pulled him up. They ascended. They weren't led to anywhere and betrayed and crucified and all of that. How do we not have that information on how we can have such an intimate relationship and please the Most High God in a sin? And I think that's where a lot of people are at, right? We are looking at intimate and personal relationships with the source of us living our soul, understanding that it's so much more, it's so much bigger than the programming that we've been given. And we can grow when we discover more, when we take the courage to expand, to learn, to consider all possibilities, to look at it, to observe it, to learn from it, and then make our own decision using discernment. Be still and know. It's given be still and you will know. Like to go into meditation and touching base with yourself is so many things that will be revealed onto you, especially when you observe all of the other laws. Unconditional love. See, that's you. And we talked about that unconditional love in that growth book. Like you are unconditionally loved. Light on voluntary escape. I choose to see the light in everyone, recognizing the divine in each being. I accept others as they are, offering compassion to all my brothers and sisters of the light. And we all come from light. So that's offering, compassion unto all of us. And I'll preface or support this by saying, you don't have to be in connection with a person because your values just don't align. Right? Those characteristics, those fundamentals. If they on that seven of swords where they lie, steal, and chill, um, steal. I cannot speak. It's something affecting communication. Something definitely does not want us to have this conversation today because it's definitely like trying to detract from the meaning or even the impact of the way we say it, the way it's being given onto us to say. Right? They want to control. They don't want us to grow. They don't want us to reach our fullest potential. Because when we come in control of self and we are no longer being led like sheep or following the programming, we are shutting it down and we are rebooting and bringing things back up so things can operate optimally, right? Then we break the system. We change things. We tip and change the vibration so that we can all start to ascend. The information will start to go out, and I'm getting through osmosis that will accelerate, right? It will change the rate of ascension. And that's what they don't want. They definitely don't want. They want to try to keep us in a low state, but that's not what's going to happen because more and more people are changing on a daily. They are expanding. So I offer unconditional love to everyone that I meet, joining my soul with theirs to grow together in universal love. Universal love, multiversal love, right? And I changed it to multiversal because you are a universe. You are one verse. The Most High spoke you, right? You are a series of words. You are a verse. You are a chapter that has been written in the grand book of everything, beloved. So if you are a verse, then when you change your life, yourself, you change a whole universe. And as each universe changes, as it optimizes, as it comes back into its natural functionality, right? And you start to manifest and you are able to do it quickly and you could just sit in position and attract that divine feminine energy, honing in your authority, knowing that you have been given this endowed by your creator to do it, everything starts to shift. Everything starts to shift. You overcome. And the things to overcome is your mind. That's why they started programming it at an early age. Parents started to and when this ain't no sliding on to parents, because I'm a parent too, but we started to program children in the womb. We do. We know that they can hear. We know that they absorb energy and frequency. So yeah, children start to become inoculated, indoctrinated, and programmed in the womb, beloved. And it's also a part of the genetic information that we are passing down. We know that trauma gets written in the blood. We know that we can carry generational curses. So yes, we birth that. It starts in the womb. And when the womb is affected, the divine feminine is affected, the whole system is affected. Which is why I don't like how some theologies take out the divine feminine and turn her into a ghost weed. Because you can't have life without a womb. The womb came first. Womb man, not woman coming from a rib. That's some bullshit. Yeah. Seeing beyond. I lift my consciousness above all worldly illusions, remembering my power in every situation. See, didn't the spirit just say that? Like coming out from up underneath the worldly illusions, the things that would have us programmed, that would keep you limited, shit that you know that you could go over there and turn on and you could do some different shit. Right, you can manifest, you can create miracles, and I'm talking about becoming so sharp that you are telepathic, that you are clairaudient, that you are clairsentient, that you are psychic, that you have foresight, that you get visions. Like, they will tell you that all of that is wrong when it's natural. It is a part of your functioning. You are a spiritual being. Of course, you have access to the spiritual world. Of course, you can feel it. Of course, you can hear it. Of course, you can read it. So why would they tell you to just honor the physical when the spirit came first? I'm getting the spirit stays home. It's giving me my Ike Turner. The spirit stays home. The spirit is home. Yeah. Look, divine oracle. You look. You can see. And those who had that profound gift of vision and foresight, they were reverenced. There was not a whole campaign on those who had gifts and killing women specifically for no reason. Just think about it. Question it. Why would they go around killing anybody that could give foresight and have insight? Oh, because she knew how to add mathematics with that was witchcraft? Come on, man. That was a time, and we are so glad we are not there because we would be on the stake. Then the big came and got us. For real. And scared them. Yeah, yeah. But did it really though, or is it something else going on? Because it was already a historical practice. They knew women did that all the time. Women were sages. And a lot of cultures a man could not become king until he had a sage queen. Even if he had multiple wives, because he was able to, that abundance allowed him to provide for those women. But at the same time, the one that was favored was the one who had vision. Yeah. So it's definitely manipulation in that. I always have a choice in how I respond. We do. We always have a choice in how we respond. And all of these cards could be read up or down, but it's all about what you choose. Spiritually still that way. Forget fiat. I don't. I probably missed the rest of the conversation, so I didn't see it. But it says, I choose to turn my thoughts towards the Most High. By focusing my awareness beyond the material world's illusions, I experience simplicity and peace. Bringing yourself to peace by focusing on the things that are just greater and grander and deeper, right? It's like it's beyond this physicality, because what we can see in physicality is just such a small piece of the grand spectrum. It's so much more, so much more. And to be open to understanding that there is more, even when I don't know the more, is mind blowing. Yeah, it's so much more. You are never alone. And look, openness, being open, right, to the fact that there is so much more. Open to the fact that you are never alone. My bond with the Most High and the angels is a flame that lights my heart, no matter the darkness around me. This connection is the foundation of my inner strength, giving me faith that all things align for my highest good. Be still and know that everything aligns for your highest good. I trust the universe for guidance, knowing I will always receive its help. And we talked about help and what would keep you from asking for help. Receiving its help and protection, I am never alone. Being open. I trust that when doors close, another door opens. Today, I have faith. I'm going to be still and know, right, that the universe is always working for you. Knowing that in myself and in my life, no matter what has happened before, I believe something better is on its way. By letting go of the past, I am ready to embrace new opportunities that await me. I am ready to embrace what? I think we put it back. Oh shit, where is it? It was joy. We saw joy. Damn it. We lost it. But that's what was the next card underneath when we picked the piles up and put them back together. It said, be open to joy or embracing joy. And I immediately felt like us being open to receiving happiness that we created from the inside out, and that joy lives within. Like we always say that, like joy is not of this world. The world didn't give it and the world can't take it. So embrace it on a daily basis. The inner alchemist, changing shit, and back to hope. That's the one that they started with. All that is, it is what it is, and connecting. I'm seeing climbing the stairway to heaven, and it's giving me your spinal column. These stairs, it's giving me like the spinal column. I just got hit on the sacral in the kingdom space, but on that. See, the breath of life, it moves your spinal fluid, right? When you breathe, you have a sacrum that sit here by your sacral, your root chakra, right? There's a sacrum, your hip bones, like your spinal cord rests on top of it. It looks like an upside down pyramid like this, and your spinal cord sits on it. So your spinal fluid runs up and down the column twice a day. It goes when you breathe, like it tips your. Why can't we get it out? Anything that would be stopping this message, I dispel you, I dispel you, I dispel you. Thank you. Your sacrum, your spinal cord sits on top, right? Your spinal fluid runs up and down the spinal column. When you breathe, diaphragm breathing, you can see the tilt like this. That tilting, the breath is causing that tilt. It makes the fluid rise, and then it goes all the way up to the head, heaven, the highest point, and it comes back down again. So that is the word that's built in. Your spinal fluid contains all of this information. It is disseminating out through all of this central nervous system, all of your connections. It's feeding information to the body, to the vessel, right? And that moves up and down twice a day. You go through the process. Now, if you are shallow breathing, if you are mouth breathing, right, then you may not be experiencing that full return, right? Because you're not getting enough full action to allow the spinal fluid to rise all the way up and then it comes back down. Right, so breath work is very, very, very helpful, and they don't really, teach us the full benefit of breathing deeply or breathing from the diaphragm. See, yeah, definitely supports that Christ consciousness, your divine consciousness returning on a daily basis, almost like being resurrected. It goes up to heaven, then it comes back down to the lowest point, right? It's making that track daily. The Most High sustains me. By surrendering each day to the Most High, my worries fade and my resistance softens. In the Most High's loving embrace, I find inner peace, even face the challenges. Today, my faith strengthens me, and I welcome all that comes, knowing that the Most High loves sustain me. The light of the Most High will sustain you. So, like they said, be still and know, beloved. Consciousness. I am fully aware of the thoughts and feelings I create. Hmm. My outer world is a reflection of my inner consciousness. By focusing on my most constructive thoughts, I allow them to grow and to shape the experiences I desire. Through mindful creation, I become an expression of divine light. Become an expression of divine light. Practicing self love, right? Even when you can't see and how to make the decision, let joy, let love be your compass, right? And accepting all that there is. There is definitely more. Door to the infinite. A portal. Gateway. Entering therein. Entering into self. So that was that one. Life messages. I don't know how many we're going to do. Look, connect with heaven is back. Do some deep breathing for somebody. Go outside and do some deep breathing. Fresh air is good for us. It holds information from the plane, right? It picks up information and that air brings it back to you. And when you breathe it in, it can bring revelations to you. So we got, this is Study Tarot. I'm not for sure if it's just a regular one. It is. So, and I like these because the pictures be different and sometimes the messages are different. We have a tarot book that goes through all 78 or 72 cards. I think it is 78 cards. And again, a lot of people get called to tarot because of the spiritual healing, right? Every card talks about spiritual growth and spiritual ascension. Each one of the elements, the fire, the water, the air, the earth, teaches us about self, a different part of us, a different element in the plane, things for us to think about, things for us to master, kind of like becoming that avatar, like a bender. See, Eight of Cups, definitely a journey, right? This is abandonment, leaving, traveling, escapism, seeking the truth, self-discovery, and introspection. So Eight of Cups doesn't always have to be meaning that you're leaving a place. You could just be leaving a version of you to discover a new version of yourself. It could be traveling within. And when you travel within, you're definitely going to go through some challenges. It's going to be mountains ahead. It's climbing that stairway to heaven is what I'm picking up. It's giving me like that same energy. And in order to do that, coming up from the depths of self, from your root all the way up to your crown, beloved, it's giving entering into this door, which is your pineal, opening up that vision that you already had from the beginning that may have been shut down. It may not have come into activation, right? So it's kind of like doing the work to do that. That's why we always talk about Eight of Cups being like a spiritual journey to discover self. Yeah, it's discover something new, going into a whole new phase. And it's risky to really think about that. New experiences, development, adventure, unlimited potentiality. You know, every possibility does exist. Trust, purity, and having faith. The ability to just be still and to know that, you know, you are safe. You are whole. You are complete. You can take the risk. Calculated risk. I'm not saying be out here and be foolish, but you can take the risk. You can do it. Look, we got intelligence, we got the word, right? That's what it's given. Cosmic intelligence, King of Swords, clarity, truth. It's powerful. It makes you courageous. It makes you bold because you already know, right? It's kind of like a fallacy. I see 1313. It could be different on y'all side. But it's given like 1313 on my side. And we got 1331, a mirroring. What's happening on one side is also happening on the other side. But it's kind of like a fallacy to have to be courageous. Maybe it's courageous to face the truth, you know, to receive the truth, because we did say it's a war on truth, to desire truth, to let truth rule you, to be convicted and steadfast and firm on the truth. Like, it's not subjective, but truth is objective, right? It is, right? And letting that truth make your decisions, like you follow that truth towards your decision making, is definitely going to keep you in a place of good karma, right? And those who are against the truth, I'm getting, they are going to have challenges, right? It's going to always create challenges. It's always going to be liars and truth seekers or truth tellers. And it definitely is a challenge for everybody's fortune. Because the more people that live in lies and deceit and manipulation, the rest of us feel it. It keeps that energy churning. It's like a whirlpool. See, truth. Definitely truth. Right? And we're getting that magician. It's here. I'm seeing sun energy. Like the ability to manifest your own happiness. But first, it's like, can you accept the truth? I'm hearing, what is it, Robert De Niro or Al Pacino? It might have been Robert De Niro. You can't handle the truth. A lot of people can't. You know, they would rather deal with the lie and the bullshit. They really would. Because it just makes them feel comfortable. They don't have to respond or do anything. It may support their own position and their viewpoint, even if it's not right. You know what I mean? If it's not correct, yeah, time to change that shit. It's a new day dawning. A new day is dawning, sunny and bright. But after I've been crying all night, the sun is cold and a new day seems old. Somebody might be having some sadness. Since I lost my baby. That's what I heard. Luther Vandross vibes. It's another tarot deck. I don't know how many we gonna go through. We may not go through all of them. We might do. Maybe we will. We don't know. You want this one? No. Okay. Well, this one. We couldn't open that up. It's another tarot. This is the Lithra tarot. Yeah. See, when I saw this deck, I was like, it's kind of giving me sad vibes, right? Even though it's saying like adventure and prosperity, but it's like either the things that start like the spirit, like it has to happen in the spirit first because of the dark. It's not in the visible spectrum of light or something like that. And I was also getting like, things are not always black and white, or sometimes they are. It's just this or that, right? Yeah, emotion. Emotion and inspiration. Y'all like these cards? Ooh, look, it looks like a wheat. A plant. Maybe just a plant. I see everything as wheat. But anyway, new emotional beginning is unfolding. Yeah, somebody was definitely singing, and I was getting some emotions with that Luther Vandross, right? But open your heart to love, joy, and connection. This is a time of healing and renewal. Since I lost my baby, that's what I heard. This is a time of healing and renewal where feelings flow freely. Trust in the abundance of emotional and spiritual fulfillment. So this is giving me like the Ace of Cups, like with the bird coming in and placing something in the cup. The general Ace of Cup is like overflowing, so I don't see the overflow here. So it's definitely giving me something a little bit different on that. But it is saying trust in the abundance of emotional and spiritual fulfillment. Somebody may not feel emotionally fulfilled right now, right? And it's definitely giving, asking something from the spirit. Holy moly. Strength is in reverse. Gotta get this. These cards is everywhere. Somebody all over the place, y'all. Since I lost my babe, we see resilience. Look, all of this is, look, lost in reverse. These were all on the floor in reverse. So I'm gonna turn them around. Memories, upside down. Choices, right here. They won't even let. They don't even want me to show y'all upright and departure, right? That's that kind of like that Eight of Cups. So somebody is definitely standing in their power, standing in their truth, or they like feel like a wounded warrior or something, really facing some challenges, something that they have to be resilient and kind of get through. But they are feeling weak. Look, strength is in reverse. Yeah, responsibility. Right. It's like maybe they don't feel like they're strong enough to handle all of these responsibilities or something. Like, just don't feel strong enough. Yeah, somebody left somebody and they having some memories. Look, this shit was in reverse. They are either sad, yeah, and they can't let go. Like they're not accepting the loss. Check, check, check. That's what Spirit said. Let's get this one over here. It's victory, y'all. Victory. Flew all the way over there on the floor. Wow. I like these cards, so they're pretty. Thank you to the Most High. You have the strength and determination to overcome challenges. See, strength is in reverse, right? With focus and balance, success is within reach. Take control of your journey, and we saw a journey, right? And move forward with confidence. This is your time to rise above the adversity, all these responsibilities, and claim your victory. So somebody could definitely be feeling it after a breakup or something like that, a disconnection from a relationship or partnership. You may have felt like it's giving me somebody that you did life with, because now the responsibilities are heavy and somebody may not feel like they are strong enough to face them. It's a lot of energy in these cards. Creation is here. So what are you working on? It's giving me Eight of Pentacles kind of energy. You have everything you need to manifest your dreams. Focus your energy and align your intentions to bring your ideas into reality. Trust your creativity and skills, knowing that they can transform potential into success. This is your moment to take inspired action. Taking action. You want this in here? Victory. They pull a victory right back out. Take inspire action and victory will come. Anything else in here? Spirit say no. Renewal. Renewed. Reaching the mountaintop. This is a profound awakening, right? And it is unfolding. This is a chance to shed old layers and step into your highest purpose. Reboot. Rebooting your whole system, renewing it, restart. Embrace this moment of clarity and let it guide you to a life of deeper meaning and alignment. And we've been seeing alignment, deeper meaning, accepting your spiritual help, angel guidance, right? Coming into alignment within yourself. It's giving me your elements, right? Even like your chakra system. One thing that we did last night when we went to rest, was went to rest and they pulling out mystical dreams, was play the chakra mantras. And what it does is it calls out all of your chakras by name, right? And so that, you know, you can bring them into activation. This little chart right here kind of has the same thing. So it's, I thought they actually had them on here, like their names, but it's like Lam, Ram, Ram, Ham, uh, Lam, Ram, Ram, Ham. And there's another one, it is Om and That's only six, so I know I'm missing one, right? But it's like to be able to call them, not just say root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, but they have a name. And when you meditate, it's like calling my name. I'm hearing, when I call your name, girl, right? So it's like calling their name. When you get to the door and you want to enter therein, you must say your name. So you need to know your name. You need to understand who you are. And to call their name brings them into activation. We see eyes. Definitely giving me like psychic energy, something that's a challenge with time, divine timing, or just a grand time, the timing, cycling. Clock symbolizes time and life's rhythm, so rhythm and frequency. Your internal timing could be off, right? We know we're out of timing and out of sync in rhythm with the universe because they have changed so much ish. Like we're supposed to have 13 months, not 12, right? The days are supposed to be, what is it, like 20, 29 or 30 days per month evenly, and we don't operate like that. What we quantify as day and what we quantify as night doesn't match. Like we don't consider day starts when the sun rises and ends when it sets. We go from like 12 noon to 12 midnight or something like that, and that's just not right. Everything is off, and it keeps you off. Both. It's giving people circadian rhythm is off. I just heard the word circadian rhythm. So especially like for people who work midnights, you know what I mean, and you were up all night, like your circadian rhythm is off. Your internal clock is off. And things around us keep us off. And is designed to keep us off frequency. The boat symbolizes transition and the passage from one phase to another. Dreaming of a boat suggests you are on the brink of a new adventure. And how many times did new adventure come up? New adventure, discovering something new, allowing yourself to expand in a new way. Even if you are going to an old place, try something new, try something different. Right, expand your consciousness. It encourages you to trust yourself, to trust in yourself, and navigate the unknown, reminding you that every journey brings growth and new perspectives. See? Growth. That's what we started with. And it's got 15 laws that are documented, invaluable, so they say, to govern it. If you are dreaming of eyes, or like eyes was a focus, maybe your eyes were a different color, maybe you caught, you know, the eyes of someone else, right? It symbolizes observation, to be aware of something, to even think about your perception, right? Or it's giving me even how other people perceive you, right? Dream or perceive things in general. Dreaming of eyes suggests clearer understanding is emerging. Your intuition is sharpening. And we talked about a lot about intuition, like secret things being revealed, even when you kind of just like ground yourself. Like they will tell you that sunlight on the eyes is bad, but it's not. Right, you're not supposed to look directly at it, but you should look in the direction thereof to get that energy coming towards your cornea, and it helps you with vision, psychic vision. Your intuition is sharpening, urging you to look beyond the surface, right? Look beyond the surface and discover hidden truths. That high priestess. The appearance of the eyes invites you to see through illusions. What are the illusions that we need to see through? Death. Death is definitely not the end. And we picking up book, right? And we talked heavy on books, right? It's definitely a good thing to read, right? It's definitely a good thing to study. Study from multiple sources. A good journalist knows that they do not study or get information from one source. They're going to get multiple sources. They're going to cross reference them. They're going to understand what's different and what is the same, like what's consistent and what I'm getting different and what's consistent, having discernment so you know what to reject and what to accept, beloved. Like to read. So if you are an avid reader, you know, that's amazing, but there's a lot of people that just don't. So that's a reminder. We're getting the illusion here is death. The deceased symbolizes past emotions or unfinished business, right? Dreaming of them suggests you're reflecting on unresolved experiences or relationships. It says this dream marks a moment of transformation, urging you to reconcile with the past and move forward for greater clarity. A lot of reconciliation, a lot of moving forward. Death is an illusion. We came from the spirit into the physical manifest to learn to get clarity and understanding about self in a different capacity, right? And everything that is to experience in this space of frequency. But we will go back to the spirit. Like we really never left it, but it's just another space in heaven, like another room, right? If you can consider that. In the house of the Most High God, there's many mansions, and this is just one of them. This space. And when we leave the physical, this realm or this room in creation, we are never lost. We are still there. We are still whole. We are still complete. There's nothing broken, and there are none missing. So you could, again, feel other spirits. Bringing in your spiritual gifts. Somebody could be medium. They could have a gift of mediumship. They could be, I'm here clairtangent or clairaudient, right? You could hear. You could even feel, right? You could probably feel spiritual touch or psychic touch. Like a lot of people who say, dang, my nose itching all of a sudden. So yeah, that's psychic touch. What's touching you to give you some sort of awareness? It's a clue, right? I'm hearing Blue's Clues, right? But it is a clue. I can tell time. If it touches me over here, it's reversed, right? So this is left side. If it touches me here, I know it's past. If it touches me here, I know it's present. It's in the now. If it touches me here, it's in the future now. It's something that's coming, right? So I can definitely tell, like I can orientate myself based on where they touch me. Yeah, farewell. So yeah, if some and sadness. So I am gonna read this at face value. If somebody is like going through a physical loss with a person, if you are missing them, you may be able to feel them. You may even be dreaming of them. They may come to you in your sleep because that could be the time that you're more relaxed and you are able to receive them, right? But I'm getting, depending on how open you are, you may be able to feel them in your waking hours. It may even help you manage grief, right? Yeah, farewell energy. I'm getting lone wolf energy here, and maybe you don't need to be. You may need to, touch base with other people. It could be telling you to dig into your instincts. Let's see what the card says. The wolf, the leader of the forest, represents strength and solitude and deep intuition. It appears in your dreams as a reminder from your subconscious to rely on your instincts. And in a relationship, when you face challenges, you might be on the verge of a transformation, and the wolf invites you to take steps towards the unknown, finding power in solitude. And I'm getting power in solitude, but you will be coming together with somebody else. See, the fish was in a pod, right? Like a pod of fish. So I'm getting you're gonna come into connection, and behind that was two, right? So I'm definitely getting that. You want to read this? Swimming in water symbolizes the deep recesses of the subconscious. In your dream, the fish invites you to explore your deep emotions and wisdom. Do you want something else in here? Yeah, this. Water and fish, the boat. Yeah. So it says to explore your deep subconscious and your emotions and getting the wisdom that comes from that. It's about diving deep to uncover hidden truths, not chasing surface level things. Everything is making us go deeper, uncovering, right? Beyond the surface level, beyond the programming, beyond what we just kind of see on a daily, things that we brush over, but to really take that journey inside and go deep. The fish reminds you that true answers lie in the parts of you that are hard to reach. Where are you concerned about going within you? Do you have a limitation within yourself? Like, I can face myself up until a certain point. There's parts of me that I just have not, gotten ready to deal with. Right, I have not, come to a place where I can face it. I can admit it. I can begin to reconcile it so that I can heal it and even offer myself forgiveness, right? The fish reminds you that the true answers lie in the parts of you that are harder to reach, encouraging you to connect intimately with your emotions. That intimate connection. Yes. Do you want to do these two? Okay. So if y'all still in it, thank you guys so much for sticking around. I appreciate you. The boat symbolizes the transition and passage from one phase to another. Dreaming of a boat suggests you're on the brink of a new adventure, whether it's spiritually or in your daily life. It encourages you to trust yourself and to navigate the unknown, reminding you that every journey brings growth and new perspectives. Definitely growth. And you grow a lot when you can face you, when you can go and dive deep with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that sadness is coming back. It's really coming through. So somebody is sad, and we were picking up that Luther Vandross like a broken relationship since they lost their person. Right? It could be you have lost a person where the sun feels cold and every new day feels old. Right? We see enemy and a bridge in loneliness. Dragon and maze. Yeah, but there's a guardian here that just flew out. So we have bridge. I'm hearing a bridge over troubled water for somebody at troubled water because here's an argument, right? So it's giving me bridge over troubled water and having a guardian, somebody to assist you on this journey or how to cross it. Somebody may feel like they're trapped in a maze going around and around. That could be something that you dream of, being lost. I'm also picking up a dragon. It says the dragon symbolizes ancient wisdom, strength. And we were getting somebody's strength was waning. It was in reverse, unable to really shoulder all the responsibilities that have been placed upon them, right? So dreaming of a dragon suggests that you're facing a significant challenge or powerful energy that requires inner strength. It encourages you to confront your fears, embrace your personal power, and trust your ability to navigate life's mysteries. And trust your ability to navigate, right? So if you do feel like you're in this maze, you do have abilities to navigate, and you also have a guardian to help you do it. You are never alone. So if you feel lonely, then that is a fallacy, right? It's like you are surrounded, and even if you lost a person, they are still with you, right? It's giving ego, right? It's like you will discover the ego within, but there is an enemy. What is that? An enemy symbolizes an inner conflict or an external challenge. Being, I'm getting this. Yeah, an external challenge. Somebody from the past. Yeah, it says dreaming of an enemy suggests unresolved struggles, either emotional or situational. It represents resistance from others or within yourself. This dream encourages you to confront internal battles and find the strength to overcome them. I am getting not only an internal battle, but it's also an external battle, like a spiritual battle that's representing itself physically, because everything in the spirit represents itself in the manifest. And somebody can see. You may be dreaming about the eye, but I'm getting you have foresight, like you get visions in your dreams. Somebody may need to learn or read about dream interpretation so that you can understand. You may have a calling to do that. Yeah, you may need to understand and grow in that area. Like it's something that you're gonna get that's invaluable. I'm hearing the laws that govern it, and I don't know if it's just sleep or if it's just consciousness in general, right? Touching base with the subconscious, understanding and interpreting how your dreams kind of give you insight into the subconscious, your subconscious mind, other people's subconscious mind. Yeah, we see perspective. Look, they stopped us on that. It's a seahorse, a water energy, right? Diving deep, getting a different perspective. I love the colors, the red and blue. It reminds me of the water and the fire that we talked about. That beloved put in the comment, right? It's also a different dynamic because the male seahorses are the ones that carry the babies. They give birth, so it's different, right? Yeah. So it's definitely giving me like that energy that everything is not always what it seems. This one. Yeah, loyalty. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Oh, look, and she's pregnant and she has a loyal person. She's got to help me. y'all know how we are. The Most High said, the divine feminine needs to help me. Because when she's in this vulnerable position and she's getting ready to birth the gift, right, beloved, she needs a protector. She needs somebody that's loyal, that's with her, that's going to protect her from any enemies and outside challenges, making sure that her physical needs are met while she's in this vulnerable position, beloved. She needs to help me. Yes, we see the raccoon, resourcefulness. See somebody that's resourceful that can help her get all her needs why she in this position. But I'm getting that no matter the circumstance, right? Just reading this intuitively, no matter the circumstance, it's giving me that your needs will be met. Like the resources are plenty, but the raccoon is also giving. I'm seeing 7 of Swords, right? They look like little robbers, little bandits, right? And it's giving like again, we can have the 7 of Swords in 2 different ways. It could be that play, apply, strategize, that bomb first energy is what I'm getting, where your needs are met. But it could also be those who like to take, to steal, to rob, because for some reason they feel like they have, yeah, that's the wheelchair. Yeah, maybe they feel like they have some sort of inability to meet their own needs. So they use things that would rob and take from others so that they can sit in a position of resourcefulness, lushness, versus being able to knowing that they can birth it out of self. Yeah. So it's definitely giving me 2 different types of energies off of that. Anything else in here? Nope. Yeah, stealth. See, stealth. Stealthy. Very stealthy. Right? And so, how did she get these resources? Is she a bandit? You know? Is she coming in on stealth mode like a ninja? You know? But is it high vibrational or low vibrational? You know, what is the issue with being able to birth it out of self where you feel like you need to do something different to get it? A plot, a plan, a strategy. Yeah. See, tenacity is here and playfulness. So definitely tenacious, right? And she had the blindfold on, which is interesting. So she doesn't even see that she's hugging a bear. Maybe she could feel its energy. She know it's huge because she's linked up against it, right? A wolverine at that. One of the besides a wolverine, I think the honey badger is first. Lions don't even fuck with honey badgers. A honey badger will tear your ass the fuck up. Okay, the animal kingdom ain't nothing to play with. But besides the honey badger, the next one is the wolverine, beloved. They didn't name wolverine that for nothing. Okay, the next one is the wolverine, and she literally blindfolded hugging a wolverine. Like, what kind of shit is that? I'm just saying. Joy. Joy is here. Definitely diving deep. That water element is back. And it's also giving grounding. Like to stay grounded. Yeah. Here's the seahorse. Diving, look, diving deep. It is a different type of element here. It's giving me a different type of element. Somebody could actually meet somebody like a masculine that has a different type of energy. They could be more seahorsey. You know what I mean? Not the typical of what you would consider that a masculine is supposed to be, but they are everything that they need to be. And somebody may need to dive deep in order to accept this perspective and really enter into a joyous state or relationship. We getting rebirth is here. Rebirth. This could actually be a person that you were with in the past and having a new perspective on them and their role in your life, beloved. Like how the Most High God comprised them, their energy, their frequency, their purpose for being with you. Right. It's giving, again, help me energy. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that we see masculines who are now like stay-at-home dads because they're caring for their children or something like that. Because you may have a purpose that requires you to spend a lot of time outside of the house. You know what I mean? It could be something different, a different dynamic, right? That's away from the social norm. Like really being in that energy. See, renewal is something that's gonna come back for those who are like, I am so not interested in my past person, this part is not for you, beloved. But somebody could be shocked how the Most High God bring this back around. So if you are open, right, ego energy is back again. If you are open to see the bigger picture, right, I'm getting that for somebody, you could come back into union with a person. Yeah, freedom. See, it's so that you can have the freedom to go and do things that you need to do. You guys will cooperate. Look, we see Journey going to do something and cooperation. And it's all about how you guys establish the foundation, right? It wasn't about them, it was about you. And this person was put in your life to help you, to be a helpmeet for you. Yeah, playfulness. Bring some joy into your life because we the next and I'm thinking the last deck we're gonna get is Life Happens. We may touch into this other tarot deck, I'm not for sure, but we did kind of go through the tarot, so I don't know. Yeah, stealth. Life happens. Anything else in here? Yes. This one. You want this too? Anything else? No, that's it. You want to look at it now? No. Life happens. Ooh, see, anger management. Life happens. Shit. I'm here. Let's get into some tea, beloved. Tea. We said Indigo Kitchen. Something happened. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen is what I heard. We getting hopeful. and we getting somebody's heart broken. See, I'm hearing Luther Vandross again. Since I lost my baby, oh, crisis got me out here in the water so deep. Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe without the no air, no air. That's what I heard. Woosah. See how I'm supposed to breathe. Spirit funny. How you supposed to breathe? How you supposed to calm yourself down? Yeah, somebody reaching for a star. But it do say naive, and somebody was reaching for stars. I'm hearing TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Which is in direct contradiction to everything else that we've been talking about as far as expanding yourself and you're expanding your consciousness. You don't necessarily have to, jump off a cliff to do it, but it is a sentiment. Maybe somebody was chasing after something else, that led them into a different situation. Yeah, and somebody else is awakening. Whatever this is, it led you to an awakening or them to an awakening. For some reason, I am seeing the part in Waterfalls where it's like, I think they say Little Precious has a natural obsession, a temptation that it's something about sex. She gives him loving that his body can't handle, but all he can say is, baby is good to me. Then one day he takes a look in the mirror and he doesn't recognize his own face. Yeah, something happened to somebody. Feminine energy in reverse. It says 3 letters took him to his final resting place. Y'all don't hear me. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Instincts. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. See, moving too fast. You can explore, but it's a calculated risk. It's like you gotta think about it, play your plot, strategize, beloved. You just don't jump in and just do some shit. Yeah, something or somebody. See, look, it's something deficient, and this stealth is here. Like the raccoon, it's like robbing people of something. Awakening. Dang, that just took a dark turn, didn't it? Wow. Anything else that the week needs to know about this situation? Yeah, hobby. Hobby is here. I'm seeing a card from the Mindful Messages deck that talks about having a blank slate. It says infinite creativity. It's giving me the fact that you being out in nature, being grounding, like you're getting a lot of inspiration, and it's something that you're gonna do. That's gonna, either calm you. You can even turn this into business. It could be like awakening to some sort of talent or something that you have within self that's gonna be good for you. And that part about somebody getting an illness is not like it's not like it's a transition sentence, right? Like, because in this day and age, people can live healthy lives. You can have children, you can, they take a lot less medicine than some people with other illnesses, and right? Because I think, HIV medication these days down to like one pill pretty much, and you can, become, to a state of like, what is it, remission, where you are undetectable and you can't transmit the virus. So if this person has gone through that and somebody has, I'm getting there's still a lot of life for them to live, and maybe even this situation may have put them in a situation, an awakening space where they discover something that comes out of them, how to get grounded, how to connect, how to find their own talents, hobbies, their skills and capabilities, and it could definitely pave a way for them, beloved. So that is for somebody. Yeah, signs. And we were talking about signs. Look at the red bird, red bird, red bird, red cardinal energy. Risk, opportunity, and safety. See, it's like following the signs, right? Somebody definitely knows how to discern. And my phone just got a notification. So there's red bird is definitely a sign to look for somebody. Anything else in here? Spirit saying no. And it's almost like your clarity, your decision, like knowing, following your guidance, spiritual guidance as well. Like what's risky, what's an opportunity, which is the direction for safety. Yeah, see, gambling, right? Like what's risky, what's the opportunity, which way is safety. You can take a risk, you can take a gamble, right? But it's like, are you able to calculate? Are you able to discern? Are you able to listen to your guidance telling you which way to go, which way to turn? That maze, that labyrinth, right? Change and transformation is here. And we get in celebration. It's still goodness. Like your cup can still overflow, beloved. Your cup still overflows. Anything else? Nope. That's it. Ooh, focus. Swordfish. And the sword always gives us truth, give us clarity. Wow. And determination. Focus and determination. You can do anything you want to do, beloved. One, they're giving us a die. So we're gonna roll the die, which is funny because it's like spades, but it's on a dice. Almost, that's what it feels like. So let's roll the dice. Thank you to the Most High God. We get 5. 5 is definitely change. It can represent challenges, right? It can represent conflicts and chaos and drama. But all of those things, drive us to an awakening. Like it tells us to look at self. We can either stay in the battle or we can pick up like those 5 swords. It's like you leave 2, you could pick up 3 and move forward. You're still walking away with clarity, right? Like truth. You are armed with truth. 5 came right back out again. So yeah, definitely. And look, now we see 4, right? 4 is giving me 4 swords. Is what I see. It's giving healing. It's giving meditation. It's giving releasing worry. It's giving be still and know, which is today's cut, right? Be still and know. It's giving lying down. In the green pastures, right? Allowing your soul to be restored, receiving information, reconnecting, rebooting, shutting things off, and rebooting. It could be a battle of the mind. Again, that 5 of swords to get up and keep going. But you're moving forward with truth and clarity. Even at the things that may hurt, right? It's giving your lower 3 chakras being activated, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. You move in that energy like getting them in rhythm, getting them in timing, getting them going, clearing them out, filtering and getting everything moving in sync. That's 1, 2, 3 swords is what I'm getting. And then it's like the next one is opening up your heart. That's the middle. That's the filter, right? Entering, like a place of lightheartedness, joy, or even dealing with the emotions that are in it. Right, what are your intentions? What are your desires? Where do you want to go? Right, what are you going to speak out? What are you going to profess and proclaim over you, over your universe? Is what I'm getting. Like, are you able to rewrite and re-narrate your story? Can you speak something new? Or are you still speaking the same old trauma story over you? That's what I'm feeling. But it's like be still in no energy to rest, to bring your system down, even for somebody to shut it down and allow it to be rebooted, to be brought up again. Getting rid of the old programming and implementing and rewriting something new to reprogram you. Thank you. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Thank you guys so much for joining. 102 minutes, 102.13. There we go. And everybody that stayed, I appreciate you. I love you so. I do. More than I could ever tell you. It is an absolute pleasure, a joy to bring these messages, to be used by the Most High God to bring these messages to you. And I pray that they are edifying and that they are inspirational and motivating, so that we can continue to grow, We are awakening. You are welcome. You are so welcome. I thank the Most High God for you. I do. I thank the Most High God for the edification. It's a soulful day, and it just showed me that I just did that wrong. Thank you. So, look, took out the exact cards that I put in here the wrong way. The Spirit knows. And it's giving me, like, look out for the miracles. The more miracles that you can recognize on a daily basis, the more miracles you will see on a daily basis. The more you will believe in the magic of things, right? It's like, yeah, and something is, somebody is, look, it's an energy here. See, and it's something that you may not be aware of, but it's almost giving me like you need to kind of be in this energy to reach for the stars. You need to believe. Like, and there's a lot of people that don't like that. See, it's a hate. Look, they don't even like that you read. They don't want you to learn. They don't want you to grow. They don't want you to expand your consciousness to what? They hate that shit. I mean, the more you know, the less likely you are to be controlled. Shit, overthinking? Think. Don't overthink. Like when you drive yourself nuts, beloved. But definitely think more than you talk. Say less. And with that, we gonna cut out because we feel like we done said a whole bunch today. I love you so much. I do. I love you just like I love me because that's my capacity. We are expanding and growing it on a daily. I love you just like I love the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending that made all things, beloved, made all of us to be. The infinite intelligence breathing because as you breathe and that word is moving up and down your spinal column, the word lives, beloved. It's baked in. Don't let nobody tell you anything differently. To the next now. This one's done. I say we.